dating a girl and she don't have at least like 2 good girlfriends, like 10 years plus, I wouldn't with her.
Why?
Because you don't know how to have emotional, mature relationships.
Break that down.
Welcome to the TIP Network, where we help you to level up with your self-improvement with a
sprinkle of sarcasm.
All right.
Well, I just want to know, what do you think about what she said? Like, if you see a lady, how many ladies have you dated with like long tenured friends? And is that maybe an issue? I'm trying to think, and like, yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I think it depends on the age, right? So if somebody's like,
and are we going to factor in ethnicity into this and nationality? Or
no, I just in general.
Because I've
how many girls
being
you got to pick from?
Being in the Bay Area, we're exposed to a lot of different races.
But I'm talking about how many girls have you dated with long tenured friends? And how did they treat those friends? That's probably what you want to ask.
There's always an element of competition in the group. But I have dated many girls that have had a lot of long-term friends. But most of the girls, it's like a revolving door of friends.
Yeah, see,
right? It's never consistent friends. Like, we've been friends for how long? Since like 15 years?
Yeah, 15
right?
years.
And I have a couple other friends that have been over 20 years.
Yeah, but they.
Yeah.
I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing. But look, here's the deal, man. I think there's an element of truth to what she says about the stability of somebody's mind. I think, but like you said like they've had a revolving door of friends. Well, maybe that's not it. But I also
elements of competition.
Elements of competition, and that's. Yeah. But I think that maybe you could substitute family members that you have close relationships to. I mean, let's be real. I've dated people and they don't like their own like brothers and sisters. And I'm like, well, what happened? Why aren't you close to your brothers and sisters? And they're like, well, they're just not my type of people. And I'm like, man, if you can't get over the problems with your brother and sister, with your blood, and then even though I've seen some horrible things blood do, man, how are you going to get over an issue that I have with your friends? So I mean, I think there's an element of truth to it, but it's kind of harsh to hold somebody to like a 25-year-old to that, right? Yeah. Maybe they have a friend for like 4 years that's going to be their lifelong friend. I think it's just the quality of relationship they have. But I think it's an interesting point.
But also, like, I'm going to say this: my friends there are certain friends I don't really hang out with anymore because I've grown past them and they've grown past me in their own way.
It ain't because they ain't about nothing.
No. I mean, there might be a couple like that, but what I'm saying is, like, at different stages of life, you're going to you're living a different path. You're doing different things, different interests, different passions. I mean, we're doing here content creation, or most of our friends are happening to becoming now other fellow content creators that are taking this as seriously, as professionally as possible.
Serious content
right? Yeah. So, I mean, I think that is kind of a harder standard to hold, because not all friends are exactly in your best interest over the long run. Some friends can actually even be toxic. Well, that's just my thoughts on it.
Then they're not your friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the ideal here is to know how to discern who's a friend and who's not a friend. Like, that's the biggest thing that says to me, and that you should be able to have a discernment to find out who your real friends are, and then have a long-standing friendship with them. I have long-standing friendships right now.
But referring to the ladies, are the ladies able to hold a friendship like that?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that I know some who can, but most of them cannot. And then when I juxtapose that to how many cannot do it, are the ladies that I've known, I was like, I wouldn't date her, I wouldn't want to date her, I wouldn't want to date her. So there has to be an element of truth to it, just anecdotally looking at it, just from my experience.
Hey, ladies, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean,
let us know down in the comments below.
I chose.
And while you're in the comments below, check out the description where you can join the TIPTube memberships.
Oh,
YouTube memberships.
I see how you got
yeah, of course. I've been trying to monetize this, man.
Got that in there.
Hit the join button or the links down in the description. But yeah, just going back to
tell about the Patreon.
The Patreon. I will get the Patreon.
All right, we'll get the Patreon. All right. No, but like I said, man, we go sit here and like, if I sit here and I look at it and I said, man, like I remember I was talking to a female like years ago, and she was.
I have a question to ask you, but go ahead.
She was always like arguing with her friends, like, and then they were always talking crap about each other because I knew them both, and I was like, y'all are not friends. Why are you even hanging out with each other?
Yeah.
And it's just a weird situation.
So how was her energy translated when she interacted with you after having a negative interaction with her friend?
No, she was always cool.
Was she able to compartmentalize?
She was always cool with me. I just didn't trust her. If you go, I just met you chilling with someone 5 years you don't like, what you gonna say about me?
So then most of the female friends or female people, most of the women you've dated, have a lot of them have had friends? Like, okay, What's the difference between the women not having friends versus the women that had friends? And what was your experiences in that relationship?
If they don't have friends, they at least need to have some very close family ties. Now,
that's important.
So like a lot of folks, they don't have a lot of friendships, right? But if they have family ties and you can see that they're reacting, they're very stable with their family and they understand, and that's different. But if because a lot of folks don't have a lot of family, right? So like, let's say you're an only child, you don't have your brothers and sisters to be friendly with. That's what I mean, you know. So if you're an only child and you don't have your brothers and sisters to be friendly with, then it's logical, or there's a big gap in your age. It's like, you know, like me and my little brother, there's a 10.5-year gap. So we're not hanging out. We didn't grow up hanging out. We're not hanging out.
There's a 15-year gap between us.
Yeah, but and I don't even like you that much. No, but we're not hanging out. We're just not. We just grew up and just differently, right? You know, but he has friends that he's messed with for years. Like I know him, you know?
Yeah.
And so if that's a situation, because I can only use my personal experience, I don't want to put it on everybody, but if that's the situation, then that's acceptable. Because like my little brother, he grew up like an only child. We weren't in the house together. We were not in the house together. So he grew up like an only child, you know?
So I mean, how women and men
but I think
how they learn from the experience of becoming an only child will be greatly different between men and women.
But
right?
I think
how that manifested itself.
I think that experience of how you're going to attach and relate to people is going to be similar because it happens when you're young.
Yeah, okay.
It's not like it happens after puberty and you separated your identity and everything. It happens when you're young. So you learn how to bond and how to get along with people when you're young. You don't learn how to get along if you can't get along with somebody if you haven't learned how to get along with people by the time you're 15, you're never get along with people.
Well, I can attest to that because I'm technically an only child, but my brothers, they're much older than me, right? Actually, a little bit older than you, right? So there was like that only child element where we were generational gap. So I'm an introvert. I don't really like being around people too much.
Yeah.
Like I'm friendly with people. I seem very sociable, but I just don't really like being around people. I can't stand it when we're together. But what I'm trying to say is like, all right. Actually, this is a question I want to ask you. What do you think about women and their colleague friends? Are they as equivalent to their personal friends?
I think I've seen, in my opinion, that women have really have conjugated with their colleagues and been friends with people they're colleagues with.
And is that a good thing when you're in a relationship with a woman that has many colleague friends instead of personal friends?
Usually not, because there's usually a lot of drama going on there.
At work.
Usually
there's a lot of drama at work. There's always some kind of drama at work. All right. And now I'm going to take a step further.
A lot of office politics that I've seen.
What about now? You got male colleague friends and then male friends.
Well, because like I said, how I pick my colleagues and how I pick my friends are totally different. And so how the vetting process for my colleagues is that we have a mission and we have a mission together. We're working on a project together. We work well on this project, so I want to keep you on my network so we can work on more projects together, right? And that's a lot different than somebody I want to spend my personal time with on a friendship basis.
So I'm referring that with a woman that has a male friend or a male colleague friend.
I don't know, because usually a guy, if a woman's pretty, is trying
to get it in.
That's what he's trying. Yeah. Ladies,
don't mistake that.
Let me explain it to you, right? Your work husband. That's what he wants to do.
He doesn't want no sexless marriage.
Yeah, that's what he wants to do.
All right.
Break that down.
Like being emotionally mature is a thing. You know how to handle your emotions. You know how to respond.
You know how to
and
communicate.
not react. You know how to communicate. If I am a woman that likes to be around powerful, strong, smart, spiritual women, people who are stronger than me in certain areas, because iron sharpens iron. I need to be around somebody that's not easily offended. I need to be around somebody that knows how to be like, no, check that.
It just reminds me of something.
What's up?
All right, so she's saying like I need to be around someone who's not as easily offended. Iron sharpens iron. Man, that
sounds good. Could really come from a guy,
right?
So
well,
I want to hear your take.
Well, I mean, that's what she said was like.
It's great. It's a great advice.
What she's saying is that like she doesn't really want to have to depend on a man to to do.
Is that how you're translating it?
I was looking at it and I was
right.
like, all right, so you want somebody to help you iron sharpen iron so you can take advice. But I think that's actually really good advice for ladies, like, especially pre-marriage. I think that's really good advice. I mean, of course, I'm always for cooperating with your mate on both ways. I think that you just have to decide some stuff. I mean, my wife is cooperative, right? And I'm very happy for the cooperation and the support I get. It doesn't mean that, like, and a lot of people are like, oh my God, you just think you run over her and this, and that. It's like, oh, no, not really. I mean, she really gets what she wants. You know how she gets what she wants? By cooperating. Like, I've never said no, because why would I say no with someone who's fulfilling my life and making my life so full, right? But when she said iron sharpens iron, I need somebody not to be offended. It reminds me of that damn Kevin Samuels clip, dude, of the beeping. Of the beeping.
All right, so this clip is done?
Yeah.
This clip is toast?
Dude, but like, no, because
enough to check you.
Like, I was just thinking, like, iron sharpens iron. And why the hell? Why? Dad, you shouldn't be upset. Maybe you could tell your friend.
You want me to play this one?
Maybe you can tell your friend that it's beeping. So
hold on.
Dude.
Let's go.
Let's play this again, because I gotta say something.
You're definitely a single woman because you got the single woman tell. That damn smoke detector. How do you live with that?
The way that I've been living with just being a single woman is
No. Specifically, the smoke detector that keeps chirping. How do you live with that?
Can you just elaborate more on, like, what do you mean by the smoke?
It keeps going beep.
Like red flags?
That smoke detector that's beeping in the background. There's a smoke detector. It beeps every 30 seconds and it goes beep.
I don't hear anything beeping. Did you just hear it again? Because I don't hear anything.
This is hella funny. Shout out, Kevin Samuels.
Told you guys they don't hear it after a while.
Where's the beep? There it is. There's the beep.
First of all,
There's the
you're
beep.
definitely a single woman because you got the single woman.
Shout out to Kevin Samuels, right?
That damn
but
smoke
maybe her
detector.
friend Iron Sharpens Iron could tell her about that beep. Maybe your friend Iron Sharpens Iron tell you about the beep. No, why do I say this? Because I literally,
you're just being funny.
No.
You're trying to be funny.
This clip was so funny to me.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was at my homegirl's house, right? She's like, "Oh, come over and we're gonna barbecue," right? Yeah. And I go over to her house, and I'm like, "All right, cool." And you bring some chips and stuff and some beer or whatever. At the time when I was drinking, bring some beer, and it's like it's her and 3 of her friends. I swear it. This was right before the pandemic, and it's like beep, and I was like,
she didn't hear it.
I was like, "Hey, y'all." Smoke detectors going off and it's a fire,
it's a fire hazard. It's dangerous.
You just need the battery in there. Beep. And I was like, y'all ain't none of y'all, 3 of y'all just ain't none of y'all.
Wait, roommates? She had roommates and everything?
Her friends were over.
Oh, okay.
Her long-term friends were over. So I'm like,
Grover, maybe the fire alarm was on a high ceiling. She couldn't reach it. She couldn't reach it.
Damn step stool in the house. No, man.
So it was within reach?
So this is the thing I say. She was over here talking about iron sharpens iron. I wish homegirls' friends would have sharpened the iron and goddamn changed the smoke. I was like, well, okay, since y'all cooking this steak and stuff, I'll go in and change the smoke alarm for you.
Grover, you gotta provide the batteries, okay? You gotta do the physical handyman work and replacing those batteries.
The bad part about it? She had the battery and everything.
Really?
She had the 9-volt.
So maybe she couldn't hear it. She just couldn't hear it like that last or on his Kevin Samuels clip.
Go on to say it, man.
Say what?
Go on to say the stupid shit you always say.
I'm a woman's advocate.
Yeah, God damn it.
I'm a woman's advocate. But that smoke alarm detector.
Boy,
if you're a guy, you got a smoke alarm going off like that. Like, come on, get your stuff together, right? And females or ladies, like, let's not do that. Let's not do that. All right.
Friends don't let friends let their smoke. Your female friends for 10 years, please tell your homegirl to change the smoke detector.
And if they can really hear about the smoke show with our upcoming content, where can they find that at, Grover?
You can find that on the Patreon.
On the Patreon. And who's part of our Patreon?
We got Mr. Worthy and Mrs. Rojas Gonzalez.
Oh my God.
So let's get some more members in there. Let's get some more members. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm struggling right here. There we go. There's the Patreon. Look at the description or the link right here.
Yes.
And that link will be in the description.
Right.
Below.
But hold on.
Okay.
So look, where can they follow us at?
They can follow us at. Wait, are we done?
Yeah.
Okay. They can follow us at the TIP Network, THPP Network.
Everywhere?
Everywhere on all social media platforms. Yes.
Where can they follow me at?
They can follow you at I am Gorilla1. I almost forgot your name. Jesus Christ. I am Gorilla1.
Where can they follow you at? He never remembers this. Where can
it's
they follow
Scott for sure. SCOTT. 2 T's. All right. Dot TIEEE. 3 E's.
All right.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You're Grover. What can they do? Or how much money can they save if they use our link down in the description below if they were to be interested in applying for StreamYard?
They can save a pretty shekel. $10. $10.
$10, huh?
$10 they can use StreamYard. So
And why is it so great?
StreamYard is amazing, all right? So you can record like we're doing here. We do all of this on StreamYard. You see, picture in picture. We got the background. They got the green screen, all the stuff that you want to use, right?
Yep.
So you can really up your production. Let's say you're live streaming. You can live stream on Facebook and different program platforms all at the same time. And you can also drop a link, bring up guests from your chat, or drop a link and to your friends and bring up guests that you have. So you don't have to be in the same place.
Yes.
It's that pandemic streaming.
Yep, pandemic streaming. Get these videos out.
Yep.
Edited quicker.
So look, I think we need to ask this one question.
What is that one question?
One burning question.
You want me to ask it?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have AA batteries? They take AA batteries, right? I think
9 volts, AA.
9 volts, whatever.
Can you handle a tip?
Get yourself a man to change those batteries, all right?
They don't need a man, you so sexist. They're sexist.
This is the Happiness Podcast. I'm Grover.
Oh, yeah, it's my turn. I'm Scotty.
This motherfucker right here, boy. Leave your comments and like and subscribe on YouTube. Booty in your face. We found true happiness.